Tonight, I'm going to go spend an hour talking to college students about customer service. And it's important to me when I show up for these talks that I show up as a practitioner. Sometimes when someone announces you or reads your bio, they kind of embellish and they will use words like authority or expert. And that's very flattering. It's not a criticism of them. But the thing I think that means the most to me is being a practitioner. And here's why. A practitioner is somebody who is doing it. Not somebody who used to do it, not somebody who is going to do it in the future, but somebody who does it now. And sometimes that makes things confusing because I'm Jeff Welch, co-owner of Dateline Digital Printing, and I'm also Jeff Welch, public speaker. And it can be confusing for people how those two things interrelate. But I'm okay with that tension. I can live with that because what it means is that I get to go talk to people on a regular basis about the work that I do and about how what I've learned and about how what I've learned and what I am learning may be able to help them skip a few of the pitfalls that I've been through. So when I show up tonight, I'm going to show up as a dude who did it today and is going to do it again tomorrow. And I feel like that's valuable because I can't skirt anything with theory. I can only tell my story and I can only talk about the things that I have direct experience with. Theory is great, and I'd certainly love to talk about theory, but ultimately, I believe that what I'm called in to do is to talk about my experiences and to talk about the things that I know from having done them. And so that puts a target on our backs to some degree. When you show up and you talk about the ideals that you have and the values that you want to live out through your work, you're necessarily putting yourself on the spot to show up tomorrow and make sure that that's real. That's true. And I'm waiting for the day when someone raises their hand and says, you guys are terrible and I had the worst experience in your store. Hopefully that never happens, but we're human. Like we have these lofty ideals and we're not going to hit that mark every single time. And while that's frustrating at some level, I know it's also inevitable. It's just the result of having lofty goals. If we had simple, easy goals, then we could hit them all the time. But I don't want to play there. I want to play in a place where it's a little bit treacherous. So I go talk about things that are near and dear to my heart, but that are also perilous for us because they put us in a situation where we've really got to show up tomorrow and do our work. And that's good for us. That, I think, is that's something I talk about in the store often. Every time I go run my mouth, we're doubling down on the need to do what we say we're going to do. So yeah, I just really value being somebody who shows up and does it. And does it right sometimes and definitely does not do it right other times. But is working on it. And so far that seems to be valuable for the people that I get to talk to. Hopefully that's the case. That's what I got.